Today's daily LeetCode problem of the day is find the students that will replace the chalk number 1,894. For this problem, we have n students in a class numbered from 0 to n-1, and the teacher will give each of these students a problem starting with student 0 and ending at student n-1. So after that, the teacher will restart the process starting at student 0 again. We are given a 0-indexed array chalk and an integer k. There are initially k pieces of chalk that we are given. When the student number I is given a problem to solve, they will use chalk of I pieces to solve that problem. However, if our current number of chalk pieces is less than what is required by chalk of I, then we will have that student return the chalk that they have. So we want to know the return, we want to return the index of the student that will replace the chalk. So basically for this problem, each student has their problem with their designated amount of chalk they need, and we have a total amount of chalk. We will subtract that student's chalk until we reach a point where we do not have enough chalk to give to a student, and that will be the student we return. So, initially, for this problem, we are going to add up the total amount of chalk that is in our chalk array. So we will have a long, we could call it the sum, and initially it will be equal to 0. We'll then have a loop to go through our chalk array. And this will simply add up all of the values in our chalk array. So sum will plus equal chalk of I. This is because we are going to modulus k to determine it in the case that we would have to loop through our students 2, 3, 4, 5 times. We won't have to loop through them. We will simply know for a fact that the student is going to be in the array in order, and we won't have to loop through it. So as long as our sum, so if our sum is ever greater than k, we can break early. Otherwise, we will calculate the sum. We will then equal k as k modulus the integer version of sum, and that will simply divide our k value by sum, and we will get the remainder of that, and that remainder will help us find the student that needs to return their chalk. So using that, we can go through chalk once again. So for int I is equal to 0, as long as I is less than our chalk dot length, I plus plus, we can check if our k minus chalk of I is chalk of I is greater than or equal to k. We can return I. Otherwise, actually, if chalk of I is strictly greater than k, we will return I. Otherwise, k is going to minus equal chalk of I. In the case that we don't find a solution, even though we always should, we can return -1. So if we run this, passes our test cases, and if we submit it, passes all solutions. Thank you, and follow for more daily LeetCode solutions.